credit score is the most important thing that you're ever going to have. And if you don't get a good score, you won't be able to borrow any money and you won't be able to leverage and you're not going to be able to build your wealth. And if you want a perfect score, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it for free. So smash that like button if you're good with that. Now here's a crazy fact. My credit score just hit that mythical 850, not 799, not 800, but a full-on 850. And I did it for free. No shady services, no premium apps, just smart moves and a bit of patience. Now I'm going to show you exactly how you can get your credit score to go from to magnificent, because your credit score is your golden ticket to lower interest rates, amazing deals on loans, and even freebies from credit card bonuses that feels like winning the lottery without even buying a ticket. But listen to this. To conquer the credit game, you got to know how your credit is scored. Think of your credit score like a video game on boss level. It's calculated by FICO and VantageScore based on 5 main factors, like ingredients in a recipe. If you nail them all, boom, you got a perfect score. So we're going to be tackling each one of these with actionable tips and level it up super fast. Now remember, this is all free and I'm not selling you anything, so give me a thumbs up. Now starting with the big boss, that's your payment history, and this bad boy makes up 35% of your score. It's simple. You just pay on time every time. But if you miss one, it's like spilling coffee on your white shirt right before that job interview. It ruins everything. Now credit bureaus, those overlords, take a look at your on-time payments as a percentage. For example, if you've got one credit card and you've had it for 5 years, 60 months, and you missed just one payment, that's a 59 out of 60. And they divide that to 98.3% of the time that you're on time. Sounds good, right? But according to tools like Credit Karma, you're still in the yellow zone. That's not perfect. Now, if you have 2 credit cards over the same period of time and you miss one, that becomes 119 over 120. That's 99.2%, which is green and glorious. Now, the funny story is I almost missed a payment because I was too busy binge watching YouTube videos. But my lesson was learned because I set up auto pay. At least I have a minimum payment of usually $25 or $50. So even if you can't pay the balance in full, that minimum keeps you in the game. But here's the deal. If you do slip up, call your lender immediately and ask for a goodwill adjustment. Now, I've done it. Just be polite and explain it was just one time, like forgetting your friend's birthday party. Oops. And they might actually remove it. Now, that's worked for me, and I've seen scores jump 50 points from this alone. Now, before we move on, has any of this been helpful so far? Go ahead and subscribe and let me know. Next up is credit utilization. This is 30% of your score, and this is where most people trip up. And it's not about how much you spend, it's the percentage of your available credit that you're currently using. Now aim for under 10% and you'll look like you're a money wizard. Now how does this work? So if you have a $10,000 credit limit and you charge $6,000 without paying it all off, that's a 60% utilization. A red flag and your score drops. But if you pay it down to $1,000 or even zero, the credit gods are going to be smiling upon you. But here's the myth buster. Some folks think that carrying a small balance actually helps. Nope. That's like thinking eating cake builds muscle. It just costs you in interest. So you want to pay in full every month. Now, one way to hack this for absolutely free is to ask for credit limit increases every 6 to 12 months. There's no hard credit pull if they do approve it, and there's no ding on your credit either. Now, I went from $5,000 credit card limit to $30,000 plus on multiple cards. So even big spends like my epic year-long home renovation, don't ask, that's another video. So your goal here is to stay under 5%. So having high card limits is like having a fridge full of food, but only eating salad. And it shows that you've got some restraint, even though you're tempted to eat that pizza. Now, if your credit utilization is high right now, you want to try to pay that down aggressively because this is going to build your score quicker and it's going to rebound. And it's like a bad haircut that grows out, but mine didn't. All right, we're halfway there. Don't bail out on me now because the next factor is a game changer for the newbies. Do you like this? Go ahead and let me know. The length of credit history. Now, this is 15% of your score. And in this case, size matters. Wait a minute, length matters. The older your accounts, the better. The average length of time, it's the key here. So you open one card from 4 years ago. The average is 4 years. And you add one today. That drops to 2 years. Closing the old cards. That's a big no-no. It shortens your history like cutting off your vacation short. So you want to start young, if you can, and get a card at 18 and get a secured credit if needed. And that's what I did. It's like put a $500 deposit into the account and that becomes your total credit limit. And then keep your old cards open. Even if they're unused. Put them in a sock drawer. Now, my average card is over 9 years now, and this is Credit Karma's ideal spot. But patience is the key, so if you're new, you just got to wait it out while nailing all these other factors. Now, just remember, building credit history is like aging wine. It gets better with time, but don't rush it, or you're going to end up with some vinegar. Fourth is the credit mix, and this is 10% of your score. And variety is the spice of the credit life. Having just credit cards, that's okay, but you want to mix in an auto loan or a mortgage, and lenders see you as a pro so you can handle all kinds of different debts. And that is a win. Surprising, right? But like banks are saying, we'll trust you more if you borrow more, but do it responsibly. So aim for 11 plus accounts over time. Now, Credit Karma, they love 21 plus for that perfection, but don't rush it. Diversify slowly. Now, I started with credit cards, then I added a car loan, and then finally real estate. And it boosted my score without any extra costs. But the tip is, if you're buying a car anyway, finance a small amount and build the mix of credit types and then pay them off early. But hey, if you're debt-free, congratulations. That is the real win. But just know, a mix of credit helps hit 800 plus in your credit score. But here's the last but not least, new credit and inquiries. That's the final 10%. Now, every hard inquiry applying for new credit dings your score temporarily, and then it drops off after 12 months, and it's completely gone after 2 years. So zero credit pulls in the last year is an ideal mix for perfection. But here's a bonus. Shop for finance rates, for mortgages, or for automobiles, all within 45 days, because it only counts as one pool if you're looking and shopping around. Here's another strategy. Apply for multiple cards all at once, early on, and then let the inquiries age off. Now, I front-loaded mine, so now my score is really bulletproof. What about if you see errors in your report? Well, dispute those with a free Credit Karma report or an annual creditreport.com. You can do it all for free. But here's the secret sauce in a perfect credit score. The final free hack to skyrocket your score. Monitor your score weekly with free apps like Credit Karma or Sesame. This spots issues really early on. Something else you can do is a piggyback, which is become an authorized user on some family's older credit card. Now, that's as long as they're reporting it to the credit bureau, and you're going to receive an instant credit history boost, and it's similar to inheriting a trust fund. Any disputes or inaccuracies, old debts, wrong info, challenge it every single time. Why? Because believe it or not, 30% of credit reports, they've got errors. You also want to avoid collections and charge-offs. So if you're late, you want to negotiate payoffs or a pay for delete. Now, this may not work every time, as long as you're in conversation with your creditor, but it does work sometimes. Expect results in months, not days, because you want to aim for a 760 plus at first. And that's where your real credit score perks really start to kick in. Above 800, bragging rights, like me flexing my 850. But do me a favor, if you're pumped for more free money-saving hacks, smash that like button right now. It tells YouTube to show this to more people who really need it. And drop a comment below with your current score or your biggest credit headache. I'll reply to as many as I can. And if you subscribe and hit that bell, you're never going to miss out with these game changers. So thanks for watching. Build that perfect score. And until next time, keep winning. Take care, guys.